U.S. Farm Report weather is brought to you by H&S Manufacturing. With models ranging from 1,200 to 4,200 gallon capacity and right side discharge, the Top Shot manure spreaders spread like no other. Learn more at the H&S website.
Well, as I mentioned before the break, winter arriving with a punch. Historic snowfall blanketing northern Michigan and the Northeast, but a round of warmer weather is on the way for some. Meteorologist Jack Van Meter joining us now with weather. Jack?
Taking a look at our jet stream, especially to start off and end the weekend and into next week. What we're watching is a bit of a teeter-totter system in the jet stream. Ridge, trough, pretty much going back and forth. So as I play this in motion, again, watch this. We are watching that trough start to develop again off the northern plain states, already extending pretty close to the four corner states as well, bringing some colder air and more polar air, especially again to parts of the northern states there. But take a look at this. That cold air really starts to rush south right around the Midwest and Heartland areas and really starts to deepen actually a lot and strengthen by midweek, and by the end of the week actually starts to regress and go back north and to the east. That being said, what's forming out to our west? Well, of course, another high pressure ridge. As we can see, those really warm and above average temperatures are going to be spanning from pretty much all the way down in San Antonio, all the way pretty close to Billings, Montana there, so keep that in mind. And that's pretty much going to be the pattern for the first little bit there of December, especially the middle part there. Here's our snowfall estimate going throughout the weekend and into the week ahead. And as we can see, we are looking at one of those clipper systems to move through the Midwest states and also just clip parts of the Great Lakes states as well and into the East Coast. They're really starting to dump some pretty impressive snow totals. Could be looking at a wide swath of 6 to maybe even a foot of snow, depending on where some of those lake effect bands move on. And then we're looking at another system out west that's really going to be delivering a good bit of snow, especially to the mountain region, starting from the northern Rockies all the way down into Denver there, where they also could be seeing anywhere from 6 to maybe even a foot. Of course, it's all going to be depending on elevation out there. Here's our precipitation outlook for pretty much the middle of the month, December 10th all the way to the 14th. And we're looking at is a pretty dry four corners region going into the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma, stretching out there just from some persistent high pressure. That being said, Pacific Northwest could be wetter than normal just because of all of the low pressure systems that are going to be forming off the coast and bringing that abundant moisture on shore. And here's our temperature outlook, and actually nothing wild here. A lot of the states really going to be at those normal temperatures, but which is exactly what we want to see, is we can see a little bit above average, especially for the northern Great Plains.
Thanks, Jack. Well, as ag in a recession and with the focus on trade, which commodity could be impacted most if the U.S. does enter into another trade war? Terrain Ag's John Newton and NCGA lead economist Krista Swanson join us next to talk markets.